What's happening, y'all? This is Ashley Schuler here, ready for you for the Monday edition of Systems Lab Live. What an exciting time. 1 week until the big day, until the big C. Okay, talking about Christmas. All right. And it's good. It's good. I'm feeling good. It is Monday, December 19th. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? December 19th. We are here. We have about 12, 12, 12 more days left. Is it until the end of the month? Is it 19 and 13? Yeah. There is no such thing as 32 days in December, folks. So it would be 12. Love it. 12 more days. I'm just adding something to the pin my comment. Okay. I'm just making sure it's all here. All right, everybody. What's everybody up to? Let me see if folks can hear me on here. Let's see. Everybody doing well? Everybody doing well? DeAndre, Mr. Phoenix. So wonderful to hear and see from you. Hold on 1 second. Go right back here. All right, everybody. Let me know what's going on in these streets. Are people on break? Are you all breaking? Are you resting? Are you relaxing? I saw in somebody's stories about working or restoration. Found that to be a powerful, powerful statement. And oh, it's not successfully managed to be turned on. Come on. Well, I am back, but I don't know why the AirPods are not connecting. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. Let's see if it got on here. I'm just going to ask to be connected. We'll see. Okay, I think it's connected now. All right, we're just getting the AirPods sitch straightened out. Okay, I think we're good. All right, cool. But listen, real-time bloopers, people. Real-time bloopers. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Systems Lab Live. I'm excited. This is the December 19th edition of Systems Lab Live. Very excited to be here with you all. We have quite a few topics to talk about, to discuss, but want to know, what are folks really doing in terms of these last 12 days? We did confirm it was 12. These last 12 days, what are folks doing? Are people relaxing? Are people starting to take off? Are people grinding? Or is that what folks are doing? Yeah, is that what people are doing? Let me pull up the Miro board so we can get started. But what am I up to these days and times? Well, I have spent the past, I don't know if it's been 6 weeks, working on my Zap flows. So I was able to do that. I did a couple of them out of order, but I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to show y'all what I'm up to. Oh, I love how Google will just bring up your thing. Let me show you what I'm working on. Zap flow it up. So we've Zap flowed it up here, but I was out and about. I was supposed to do this on Saturday, but I was out and about, so I did not have the opportunity. Let me get this little banner situation off. I thought I was going to be able to I thought I was going to be able to work on client discovery call and superphone, but I didn't get a chance to. But I did get to figure out. Oh, well, it's supposed to be here. Let me hold on. Oh no, it's right here. This one we're able to figure out. We've got that one right here. So for those of you that are just catching up on what this is that I'm taking time out. This is inspiration from Ashley Pendergraft, who actually documents her Zapier workflows. And so I decided, let me do my Zapier SOP, like automation workflows. This is going to be instrumental in me figuring out what I need outsourcing and what I don't, like what I can automate and what I can outsource. So I believe I shared this with you all, but this is my thing. This is my jam, knowledge repositories. This is all this is my whole thing. What's up, Success Major? This is like my whole jam and a half is centralizing, organizing. In fact, I started almost getting a little, what do you call, what's the right word? Not stuffy, slightly worried because I want to create a centralized hub, okay, for like quick links and things like that. Like, things that I often will access, right? That could be scheduling links, things like that. Just things I'm just like, I just need a quick link. And something about the way I set it up in Airtable, not sorry, in ClickUp doesn't set well with me. And I've seen it set up in other ways, but it doesn't do anything to my spirit. Like it doesn't give me peace. I don't feel relief. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, oh, like this is a great way. Like I didn't get that from that, even though it looks like it's very organized. I did not get the pull. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the pull that I usually get when I'm like, "Ooh, this is going to be like super helpful." Like I didn't get that. So, I put a story up on Instagram and I said, "Who's organizing their biz hub? Are we doing it in ClickUp and Airtable?" And Ashley Pendergraph said, "You already know the answer," which is so funny. So with that said, I'm being more intentional about Airtable. I got brand new bases for the new year. I'm going to start to switch them over very soon. But basically, anything that goes wrong with any of the zaps, I have documentation of what these workflows are. So, Twitter, for instance. Oh, this went in perfectly too. So, I will show you what I mean. I have a couple things. Now, it may not, and I don't know, may not make all that much sense, but a couple things that I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of what I'm tweeting, and then also two, I want to keep track of what I'm tweeting. That's what I'm trying to say. So I did a couple things. I switched this date. It was over here and it was weird. And I didn't need to name any of my tweets. So here's what it is. Here's where it becomes a little bit like this possibly is like team too much, right? So it's basically anything that I tweet goes in here. Like if I go to Twitter and I tweet, it captures it here. I will couple times a week, I'll post some really cool content on Twitter and repost it on LinkedIn or Instagram. So I want to have the freedom of copying and pasting along with screenshotting it, turning it into a reel. Well, what if I just want to have the letters and like copy and paste it? See, I'm only thinking of like 4 different scenarios. So that's what I did. What's going on, Winifred? How are you? So here is the automated posted content. Like if I go directly onto Twitter, it'll come here. Now, I set up my very first Twitter Airtable automation a couple months ago. The first time I did it, I kind of failed at it. The second time I did it, I just watched a few videos and I followed the instructions of Airtable, and I was like, okay, this is my first automation. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm following this formula. So if I want to, again, write out some of my, write out some posts, I can write it here as well. And Airtable will automatically send it to Twitter. So I've been doing that as well. So it's almost like a 2-pronged approach. It catches it for 3 different scenarios. If I want to type out my tweets and use Airtable to keep record of what it is that I am posting by creating it through that lens, then I type it into this base. If I am out and about, or if it's much easier for me to do a thread, then I will come here. Sorry, then I'll go on the actual platform and I will tweet there, and then it'll capture it in here. Now, third scenario is Readwise. Readwise is a platform that I am reutilizing, or basically, yeah, I'm reutilizing that. So if I want to save a Twitter thread or a tweet, I then use Readwise to then feed into Notion. Okay, very good. And like for instance, the latest and greatest is Thomas Frank, and he has all of his initial thoughts on this whole Gumroad is the 10% flat fees no longer includes a credit card processing fee. So he wrote like, I don't know, 50 million tweets about this. I thought maybe, just maybe, I probably want to like read it someday. I'm thinking I have one product on Gumroad right now, but you know, it's, well, hey, listen, go on and go to, I should put the link. The link is actually, hold on. I don't think I even put it in my, where's the thing? Oh, it's right here. Here you go. So, this is it. Manage meetings easier with ClickUp. Here's my first Gumroad product, y'all. You should definitely support. Why is this this is weird. I don't know where the thing went, but you get the drift. You'll get a cool template. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a cool product. Okay. So here we are with anything that I want to save, like saving other people's. This is what we're doing, saving other people's tweets. So that's the 3 scenarios, and that's how I am managing my knowledge. So I have to go back. Where was I, people? Share this tab instead. So I have to go back and document this out. Now LinkedIn. Well, this is where I'm gonna have a little bit more discipline with LinkedIn, because content calendar, because all right here, I'm going to have my pillars, and I have to I will have to add a few more pillars here. I may not get rid of all these. This came from the old base, but I may just add like a 2023 one so I can just add to it so I don't forget them or whatever. But I'm going to put in the channel, LinkedIn, and I don't even really put anything on the business page at all. And I'm actually going to be, like I said, I'm going to be super, super intentional. Here we go. Steven! I think it's supposed to be filling it. It's taking a little bit of time, but it's filling. So this is where I'm going to have to be super intentional about the LinkedIn content, because I will have to, oh, there we go. Because I will have to literally plan my content and like have everything that I need inside here. Like I can't go freestyle. I can't freestyle because I'm going to want to keep track. I'm going to want to keep track. Well, all right. So those are, some of the things that I am working on right now. And I was not able to work on all of that. I was working on some other projects instead. Thank goodness I have discovered the share this tab feature. I tell you, it was taking me out, stop and share and all of that. Do I have everything in order? I think so. I think everything is in order. We're excited. I'm excited. I will probably be officially making the switch from Whimsical to Miro, even though Miro has a lot of core boards I've used over the past 3 years. I'll probably downgrade. I'll definitely downgrade so that I can fully focus my efforts on all things Whimsical. But I upgrade Ashley's workspace. Only thing we need we don't need her. I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I think I want to cancel will remain active. Yeah, I just want to I'll have to ask kind of what I'm looking to do. Oh, that's interesting. Miro whimsical boards already embedded in these apps. Really? They're in ClickUp? When? Since when? What? When did ClickUp do a Miro board? Wild. That's wild. They're gonna be in Slack too, which is great. I'm gonna put a request in beta. Embed private boards in Notion. I'll tell you, who would have thunk it? All right, let's get back to business, folks. Now I'm rethinking a lot of things, but I enjoy the stylings of this. And then also too, you're gonna do something on Miro where you can do talk tracks and whatnot, where it's basically like Loom. Okay, let us go into the presentation. Oh. What's going on, Glenda? How are you? All right, let us begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. Welcome, everyone, to the Systems Lab Live December 19th edition. And let's go through the agenda because there is lots to chat about. Huh? Okay. Lots to chat about. Very excited to do so, and we're gonna learn together. News from the field. We have a few things to discuss. Some news from the field. Black tech news, how to make decisions in an async way. And then we're going to talk about project delivery method. And we're going to talk about practical next steps. Practical next steps. All right. One thing that is really inspiring, and I love that this is truly, truly on the rise. This is Black Tech Wall Street, Baltimore edition. All right. So according to this news article that I am just giving you guys a brief summary of, Jacqueline Cummings owns several buildings along the street that she and other business owners began calling the Black Wall Street. She is the owner of the nonprofit maybe it's Natri Mason Connects. That's probably not saying it right. But the Black Wall Street, they call themselves the Black Wall Street. These are a lot of young entrepreneurs, and this is the whisper. This is the Black Wall Street. Well, now let's not whisper it. Let's talk about it. Let's invite more businesses in. Cummings said that she and other businesses owners on 25th Street want to recreate a piece similar to Black Wall Street, originated in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The street boasts several Black-owned businesses, including a clothing store called WA, attached to a barbershop, a library, a hair salon, and a soul food joint called Taste This. Oh, how exciting. A unisex clothing brand store and restaurant. Do you want to learn about hair? We're going to send you to Blush to talk to Ashley. We have Taste This. We have Terra Cafe. You want to learn how to make your shirts and how to produce your brand? We send you to talk to Mike at Screwed. So this is really great. Like, this is awesome to begin to see the rise of Black Wall Streets in different cities, and to also to really make it, to make the point and drive it home, is that to see people that look like me, to see people open up businesses and then like own a whole block, like, why not? In fact, I'm very excited because I'm actually looking at this this soul food menu. This is exciting to me. I want to taste. I want to taste. So this is like super cool. You can do like a map at this place called Taste This. So you can do all sorts of things, which is just inviting. It is very, 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 very inviting. So shout out to the new Black Wall Street in Baltimore. I'm gonna have to take some trips. I am absolutely going to have to take some trips. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Wanted to highlight that. Now, async decision making. We got to get into it, folks. We got to get into it. This is gonna be cool because this is like the new wave in the way in which we want to think about eliminating endless meetings. So shout out to the people at Todoist or Twist, which is their async platform. So little known fact, folks, in August I did a Todoist tutorial and I had the mute button on my mic so no one saw it. I had to take that live stream down. It was a really, really good live stream, by the way, which I've always been meaning to do a live to redo it, but that's okay. I have my mother now using Todoist. I like the app. I think Todoist is really great for people who don't want to get too techy and really want to just start to do really lightweight task management. Todoist is bomb.com. And I love their articles. So one of the articles that came out was talking about this aspect of reducing your meetings by having async decision meetings. Now, what that means is, and let's back it up, because I also want to stress the importance to the project managers that are out there, right? Shout out to the PMs, because I think it's really important that we sort of start to talk about this, um, from this perspective, right? Which is, decisions should not be made in a vacuum, and decisions, especially if you have multiple ones, which normally you do, they should not be unaccounted for. Meaning that there are oftentimes many decisions that either the team has to make, your leader has to make, what have you. And so I'm going to challenge my project managers, my implementers, to actually really just press in and lean into creating decision logs for 2023. Why do I say that? Because decision logs are really a useful tool to help you keep track and help your team and the CEO on track with what decisions need to be made, especially when you're working on projects. Now, this could be, a decision that, maybe you've discovered something and you need the client to make a decision, or this could be something that, you all are developing a new product, a service, a new whatever. There could be a new direction that's being taken within the company, and there could be several decisions that need to be made. So a decision log really helps you to document that process and really help you to keep track of what decisions need to be made, and therefore you have a record of those decisions. Okay. Now, Peter Yang, who is dubbed as the perfect async practitioner, wrote this article. He has over a decade of experience working at companies like Microsoft, Meta, Twitter, Twitch, and Reddit. And over the years, he's found that the most effective people at these companies are amazing async decision makers. So he shares his 5-step process for making good decisions asynchronously, and how to know when you do need a meeting, and the 4 tips necessary for running ones effectively. So this is just marvelous. I'm going to share my tab, y'all. And I put this in my resources and learning tab. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. So looky here, y'all. So he says the first step is to identify the right people. Love it. This is using the Twist platform, but if you're using Slack, shout out to the people who are using Slack. Twist lets you tag specific people, so you're not pinging the whole channel with each new thread. Okay. So 2, set the context. So, and let me go back. Let me not skip over identify the right people or identify the key people, because there should be a decision maker, and literally you should be pulling in people who understand the risks or have an opinion that can really help to give context or perspective to the decision maker. So there you have it. Setting context. The decision maker should start an async thread or decision doc. List the people involved, the context, the recommended action, list of options considered with pros and cons. Remember, nobody has time to read long threads, so be concise as possible. This is pretty cool. This is like super cool. I really like this. Oop. Oop. Hold on. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. Oh, child, I was about to send it to Pinterest. That's funny. Okay, so here we have, right? So again, this is in that Twist app. You can do this in Slack if you want to. And you can literally put, like the message, then you can put the people, tag them, the deadline, the recommendation, and then the rationale, other options considered. So you want to format this. And this is cool because um I'm going to close out a couple things because this would be really cool to see in ClickUp how to optimize this. Can y'all see this? Let me go in. Okay, that's like so much more better. So list the people involved, include a deadline, include your top recommendations, summarize your rationale, and list other options considered. How exciting is that actually? I kind of think it's exciting. Let me look here. Decision log. I'm going to switch right here for a minute, y'all. Y'all like this decision log? I think this is pretty sweet, to be honest. So I put right here as I use the status as a category. Needs a decision. Like here's the ID number, the category, funding tech, people policy, the decision date. This is like when you need the decision by, and then who needs to have final approval, and then the priority. If you open this up here, I have the description, the associated risks and dependency, alternatives considered, final decision, including rationale. So if we go back to here, if you go back here, this says list the people involved, which I could add that to the template. I could include a deadline, which is when the decision needs to be made. Include your top recommendation, summarize your rationale, and list other options. So something else I could also do too is also explain, what does this mean? Okay, section. There are no sections. One thing I could do is add like a description of how this should be used and add this aspect too of, I'm actually going to go right here and say, hold on, Command I, who's involved. I want to, oh, no. I think this is red, right? And then I can add the people of who's involved, right? Include your top recommend. Let's see. Top recommendation. Okay. We didn't spell recommendation correctly, but we will fix it. Okay. So if let me switch to my tabs. So I just added a few more things in here. Who's involved, the decision description, the top recommendation, associated risks, alternatives considered, and the final decision. So if we move back over to share this tab, then use one channel for communication. So keep the discussion in one place, which is great. And I think for the ClickUp version that I have here, that I just showed you, each decision will be in a task, which is great. So it's in one place. So if people have comments and discussions, they can actually do that inside of the task. So you want to make sure it's all in place. Use a nested number list to provide feedback. That's good. I agree with number 1. Let's see. Push for a decision. Any strong objectives? Document the decision. Share widely with your team. Include a link, which is great. Including a link back to the decision. Which I don't know if we would need that. I don't know if we would necessarily need that because for ClickUp, because it's already all there in one place in space. People can see the history of it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. So the question is, how will you use decision logs in the future? What decisions do you have right now that need to be documented? It could be around technology. It could be around key decisions around a conference. Shout out to the event pros in the Black Event Pro Network that I'm a part of with Carlette leading that charge. But what if you're having a virtual event, an in-person event, what decisions need to be made? This is anywhere from the number of speakers to deciding on keynotes to if you're going to have floral arrangements or not. Like if you're going to stream it or not, like there's so many different types of ways that you could like get into it. So that's that on that piece of it. But in 2023, what's going to be so critical if you're an implementation pro or a project manager, you will need to find a way to document and keep track of decisions. Why? Because we're forgetful people. We're forgetful people. So we need to be able to have a way that we can go back to decisions. And a perfect way to do that, if you're having one-on-ones, again, this could be a cool strategy to make with async decisions to say, hey, if you're going to be around your computer around 2:00, I'm going to run something by you. Yes or no. We just wanted to get your decision on it, or you can have a one-on-one just to discuss the alternatives. All right. I love it. I love it. We're going to talk a bit more about project. Here we go. Project workflows part 3. Let's see. Where do we want to start with this? Because I did want to. Well, let's address a couple things about defining the project strategy. I'm not sure if we're. I don't know if we're quite clear on that piece, but I think this is really important for us to kind of dig our heels into, because I've had some really great fun and exciting conversations with creatives, with a couple of the implementation pros that are out there, specifically on the shifting the narrative and the perspective out there on the role and the function of project management inside business. And so clearing up a few misconceptions or thoughts that are out there is that, project management is really just limited to like a specific thing that you may do, like for a client, or it's a tool, it's ClickUp, it's Asana, it's Notion, you know, project management. It has a very, what's the right word? There's a limited view and perspective on it. Right. And I want to unpack a few things that I think is going to help set the tone in the conversation as we move forward. And especially as we head into 2023. And we're going to dig into this even more because I kind of like this topic, because it's kind of like a dog with a bone with a little bit of meat on it, just a tugging, because you can't get off of it. But here we go. Here's what I'm trying to make sure that we understand. So I want to make sure that there's an understanding that in terms of project management as a whole, when we kind of think of it as, you know, the actual, you know, definition of project management, we're talking about knowledge, skills, ability, techniques in which you're delivering something of value to people. Okay. We're talking about the organizing, the managing of tasks and people, and creating something, a product, a service, or deliverable, right? Project management. And so what that could be, it could be anything and everything from an NFT to a virtual event to an in-person event to a board game to a t-shirt and clothing brand to a product or service coaching program and whatnot. Okay. Setting the tone so we understand projects are everywhere. Project managers, we are like conductors conducting a symphony, right? Different players, um, trombone. Well, I don't know if a trombone is in a symphony, but you understand a band, a string quartet, that type of thing. And so what we're doing is that we are bringing together key people that know their role and their gift and essentially making beautiful music. That's essentially what a PM does. Here to make beautiful music, right? Here's where I want us to elevate the conversation so that we understand where we're heading. Let's set the tone here. Is that if you have an online business manager, a virtual assistant, a director of operations, the community manager, what else? Social media manager, content manager, sales manager, systems person, coordinator. Everybody in those titles are doing some form of project management. They may not be leading a symphony of sorts, but what they are doing is they are doing some arranging, some organizing. They are also executing. And so the way in which you should be looking at project management and project managers is really looking at it from this perspective: leadership, strategy, and execution. Okay. Uh, Project managers are leaders in the space. They bring a leadership to the table because they lead teams that develop and produce products, services, or results. Strategy: how do we go about executing this project? What do we need? Who do we need? How are we going to get it done? And then the execution piece: getting the actual work done. Following? Put a 1 in the chat if you're following. Okay. Good, good, good. Excellent. Okay. So we have these things settled. The question then becomes, or the question that's come to me is this: why is it that project management is relevant? What is it supposed to do? Well, it can do a few things. And I also did a live about this April. So a few things that project management does: it helps an organization achieve operational efficiency. Let's break that down even more, right? Using big words, probably, maybe. A brand, a business, an entity. Project management helps a team, an organization be able to focus on the right work. It helps to streamline the tasks, the people, the communication, so it's all flowing in one direction. You know, well, so let's say that you are a creative team, an agency. Project management is going to be critical to your success as you are managing clients. Having a project life cycle, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, is going to be instrumental into how you streamline the projects that come in. What's going on, Janice? Great to see you. Great to see you. So, with that said, what project management does is that it helps to align and you come together with strategic alignment within a business. You understand? Strategic alignment within your business goals, in the strategy and the things that you're setting forth. So if you are a brand, if you are in the creators economy, if you are a social impact leader, you probably either have already done this or already doing it, setting up your goals, setting up what you want to achieve for 2023. Okay. Now, again, let's follow the path. Okay. Because the question is, why is project management relevant? 2, another question has come up in the same light. How do I know what projects to work on and to select? Okay, let's go. Let's continue this journey. So, project management, operational efficiency. It helps to prevent burnout. Okay, increase revenue. We're going to get into that strategic alignment piece. Okay, and reduces time. Okay, so you become better once you have project management in place, and once you have the practices and methodologies and things that you're adopting, you will be able to see how you can reduce time on certain tasks and certain areas of the projects that you're working on, whether it's internally or externally. So, strategic alignment. Project management helps with the strategic alignment of your business, because like we just saying a few minutes ago, we want to think of this from this perspective of what are the goals that you're looking to achieve in 2023. From there, you think strategy. What does that look like? How are we going to get there? Typically, it depends. You may not be on that organization level, but typically they're programs, right? If we think corporate, Google, Mac, or Apple rather. What else? Best Buy, J.C. Penney, a law firm, whatever, what have you. There's going to be different programs and initiatives that are within the company. Programs, are different because they encompass multiple projects. Okay. Programs support an organization's strategic vision. They align with these strategic goals. Now, not every organization will have programs. I want to bring it to reality of online business owners. You may not have a whole bunch of programs. Like you may have like one program. You can definitely, apply project management to the, the delivery of the program itself, right? But you may not have, a whole bunch of programs. You may have projects, which is fine because it's similar principles, right? You're a brand, you're a small business owner, what have you, but it's the strategic alignment that project management brings to the table. Because once you've set out your intentions for what you want the business to do for the next year or two, you have the strategy in which you're understanding how you're going to get there. Therefore, the projects, okay, follow me here. Therefore, the projects really help to align with the objectives of what your organization is doing. Okay? Does that make sense? I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that we're kind of understanding that that's what that does. All right? So, if you have some goals around revenue, if it's, coaching clients, if you have revenue goals related to podcasting, things like that, then you're going to have projects that support that. Therefore, when other types of opportunities come, you'll begin to know and to understand this is the right project for me or this is not the right project for me. You understand that? So that goes into how we define project strategy. Okay? Told y'all it was a whole thing, but I want us to get there together because I thought it was important that we do. Okay. I just wanted to open up my note so that we kind of got where we're going. So now we're here with project workflows. Okay. Project process number 1, waterfall and traditional. Phased approach, like a BLT sandwich, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay. All right. Like shrimp and grits, baby. There's a very waterfall concept. There's a very strategic beat by beat, phase by phase approach. You understand? So you got, all the different aspects of it, in terms of the 5 phases of project management. You have the initiation, the planning, the execution, the monitoring, controlling, and closure. Okay. Traditional, it's still there. Now when you're leaning into like the new PMBOK, let me show you this, y'all. This is my jam, y'all. I be in it. I be in this book, boy. I be in this book. Which really just gives a great framework for like domains, like project domains, because now there's not what's the right terminology that I want to kind of focus on. Not every project is going to have a waterfall approach, which means that agile, come on team agile and other approaches have started to make their way into the fold. I'm just actually looking at project domains. So they started to categorize this as different project domains. So you have stakeholder, team performance, development approach, and life cycle performance domain, planning, project work, delivery, measurement, and performance. They also have tailoring process. So there's so many different ways, in which you can decide what's my project strategy. Now, I have a key definition here. Can I? Okay. I was about to say. Key definition right here. Project life cycle. The project life cycle includes the steps required for project managers to successfully manage a project from start to finish. And I also wanted to, in terms of agile, a lot of people are team agile in the his house, which is an iterative approach, to project management and software development that helps teams deliver value to their customers faster, in small but consumable increments. Okay. Oh, I love what is it? Atlesian. It's a I like Atlesian because they have really good topics. Have really good topics. Okay. So it's an iterative approach to project management. So if you think about it, ClickUp, which delivers one feature each week, they use an agile approach. So does Apple, because they're delivering on features. So when you are approaching a project, and we're going to be talking about this in the new year, because we're going to back it all the way up and really start talking about more on strategy and more on like, should I do this project? That kind of stuff. You want to start thinking, what's the project strategy and approach? And so that was one of my discussion that I had today. What's the project strategy? You know what I mean? What is the strategy? What approach are you going to take? All right. Project delivery. Let's talk about this, because I think that we should have the conversation on, what are you going to deliver? Is it going to be one time, or is it going to be multiple? And if it's going to be multiple, then you need to think about milestone deadlines and making sure that you have what I love to call your stage gates, which are great for quality assurance, making sure that the requirements are met. But also, too, you're also putting your own sauce to the mix when we're talking about quality assurance. And and let me make sure too. Quality assurance. Hold on, because I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure, folks, that I make sure I have the right definitions. Okay, so let me make sure I have that straight. Quality assurance. Yes. Okay. So quality assurance basically evaluates the actual final product against what is actually been planned or identified. So we're assuring that the quality has been achieved. Quality control is the implementation of processes. Okay. Implementing. Okay. So that's that piece of it. But let's focus. One-time delivery or multiple deliveries. Okay. A deliverable. Let's define that. It's the thing that's being created. I'm just going to put it in like Ashley Schuler terminology. What are deliverables? It's the thing that's being created. It's the output, right? It's the NFT. It is the in-person event. It is the coaching program. It is the service that you are putting out there. It is the t-shirt. It's the product. It is all of the things, and in between, it's the content that you produce. That is a deliverable. You see? That is a deliverable. How do y'all feel about that? About what a deliverable is? This was good. This was excellent. That's all I had. I wanted to kind of break that down, and really to kind of get this piece. Okay, we're gonna move on. I just JK, there is more. How to determine your project management process. Determine what needs to be done. The requirements. How solid are the requirements? Identifying deadlines. Evaluating what the deliverables are. The project complexity. How complex is the project? Are there a lot of deliverables? Are there a lot of factors in place? Technology. Project risk. Factors. What are the factors? What are the factors? Okay. What do we need to know about the project itself to determine what's the best approach to the strategy and the actual life cycle that you are going to develop? So you need to understand deadlines. You need to understand the requirements that turn into tasks. Again, what needs to be done? What are the deliverables? How many do you have? How complex is the project? Project complexity. Are there a lot of dependencies? Okay. Are you working with or partnering with another company? Right? I think it's just an important part to talk about the actual project complexity. Are the tools, the techniques, the technology that's involved, all these types of things. What makes a project complex? What's all involved? Okay? And it's it's important. It's something that, should be focused on. And let me see if I'm going to look at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Dimensions related to complexity. Okay. Oh, I love it. Scope. Uncertainty about the scope adds layers to complexity. About the product. Uncertainty about the product of the project. If there's a significant change in scope, if there are stakeholders, team members that are out of control, I'm just keeping it real. It could be the client, could make the project very complex. Okay. Um, interdependency amongst different technologies. Yeah. Can you actually achieve the goals and the deadlines that are being requested? If there's lots of activities that need to be performed, if it's a risky project. So, all of these types of things should be really, really thought about in a really thoughtful manner. All right. Um, thinking about deliverables once again. How long will it take to produce a deliverable? How often? Single or multiple? Be very clear about that. All right. What's next? One thing that I would do, a key takeaway is this: determine project strategy and approach, identify deliverables, and outline key factors that could derail the project. That's what I would do in terms of these next steps, for sure. Go back to this replay, start looking at what's my strategy, what's my approach. Let's look at deliverables, single or multiple. Outline all the key factors that could make this project complex. It doesn't have to mean that it's going to derail it, but just look at, in terms of the complexity, what's involved, who's involved, what makes it high stakes, what factors make certain tasks interdependent or certain aspects of the project, whether it's technology or other things. All right. Well, I'll say that we had a time tonight. I would say that we had a time tonight, learning a lot. This was great. This was fantastic. This was exciting. I would just go ahead and just save this live stream. This will be up on the YouTube channel as well. But this was good. This was really good and had some really great lessons and nuggets in this. Jason Mitchell just joined. What's up, Jason? And that's all that I have for you all. We'll be back on the 29th. It's the holidays, folks, so I'm doing some relaxing myself. And that'll be the last one of the new year. This might be a long one. The one on the 29th. We'll see. We will absolutely see. So yeah, that's all we got, folks. That's all we got, folks. We'll see you all very, very soon. And have a great holiday. And we will see each other next time. Make sure that you share this live stream with a friend of yours. Make sure you actually rewatch it. Why don't you can actually go and, do some work and have it on the background as well. I didn't really show too much. You know what I'm saying? In the show notes below as well, you'll be able to book a consult call with me. If you got a project that you're working on and then you're like, I kind of would love to get your opinion on it. You can absolutely book a call as well. So that's all we got. We'll talk soon. Bye.